Hey y'all, so it's rare that we have this much snow. In fact, I only remember once in my life that we've had this much snow. We always end up with ice and sleet and ice and more ice. But this is sure enough powder snow. This is like a snow skier's dream right here. And so it's hanging in the trees some, and it's laying on the ground good. A lot of it's melted already. The sun's worked on it pretty good, even though it's only like 36 degrees today. But before it's all gone, I'm gonna go paddle a little 2 mile paddle just so I can enjoy the snow while it's on the ground. So I'm fixing to get that canoe right there. You can't really see it. And I'm gonna tie it to the top of this Ranger, and I'm gonna drive down to some friends' houses, and I'm gonna put in at their house, and their kids are they got 2 teenage boys. They're gonna drive my Ranger down to another place where I'm gonna take out, and it'll be there waiting on me when I get there. So stick around, it's gonna be fun. See y'all. All right, so there it is. There's the canoe. Where is it? There, on top of the Ranger. There, covered in snow. And I'll get that snow off there. And where we're going is that way. And we're gonna go about 2 miles, probably down the road, I think. Get that out of the way. And 2 miles down the road, probably. Roads are still closed. Roads are covered in snow and ice. But this little Ranger right here is pretty tough. It'll go through just about anything. See y'all there. All right, so here I am. I am in a pretty pristine place. I'm on the edge of a friend's farm. Thank you, Nelson family, for letting me use y'all's place to put in and for a little help with transportation. It hadn't snowed like this in 15 years here, and I don't know if it waits another 15 years, I'll be 65 before it does again. And so I'm gonna paddle the creek, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me. So we'll see what the good Lord has in store for us. So right now I'm under the bridge. It's a highway over the top of me. Started back up that way a little piece, and I've made my way down to the bridge. There's a pipe right there going across the creek that I guess is some kind of casing, probably for some other kind of line that's inside of it. Creek downstream has some pretty good blockage and some pretty good wind blown stuff until I'm fixing to have to work. And let me show you this. So the bridge has 4 holes to get through. All the rest of them are blocked from storm blow. That's where we had a big flood a couple of weeks back, and it pushed all this up against the bridge right here. So already the good Lord looking out for me, because if I had come here and this had been blocked too, I wouldn't have been able to get through. I'd have had to climb over the top of it, which is probably what I'm gonna have to do right there. So y'all stick around. I just came through all of that. There's a deep enough channel over here. I probably could have paddled through most of it, but there's still about a 2-foot drop over there also. And I didn't want to deal with all that, and it was tipping. So I got out and I drug through this right here. I almost back there at the bridge fell over. And I did get wet. My right hand is wet. That's a wool glove. See that water? That's a wool glove, and it's keeping my hand pretty warm. No longer than I'm gonna be out here, I'll be all right. If I was gonna be out here all day, I'd stop and build me a fire. Right now, I'd be worried about it, but I'm okay. This is what I came for. This is what I came for. I think from here on out, the creek's going to open up pretty nice and be pretty wide and flow pretty good. It's probably the last time I have to get out and walk. Good little chute right here. It would be fun, and a little kayak in the summertime. Let's go see what else we can find. This branch is low hanging in the water, and the water keeps hitting it. It's been below freezing now for a couple of days, and it's slowly collecting ice. And then right here is a big sheet of ice. where the water's not moving and it's begun to freeze. There's another big sheet right back there. I passed several of them on the way. This is a pretty neat little feature right here. The rock shelf has a hole in it, and it's going in there and coming out right here. We gotta get down this little fall right here. I had a nice little stretch right there, smooth, flat water. Gotta get down this little fall. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like the creek's gonna open up much in front of me, but we're going to keep going and see what happens. So I'm really walking the creek now more than paddling it. It's just so shallow. I thought maybe with the snow melt there might be enough water to get through, but there's just not. And so instead of continually getting in and out, and that's the worst time to flip over. So I just decided to walk till I know when it opens up, which is not too much farther up here. And that way I don't risk getting my whole body soaked. My hands are wet, but these gloves are great. And they're that great blend of wool that'll keep you dry. I mean, keep you warm. And I'm sweating just a little bit. I really need to take off this jacket, but I didn't bring a dry pack, so I don't have a place to put it. And so I'm just gonna keep it on for right now. See if we can get through this little shoal right here without getting wet, without losing my canoe. It is a long walk home from here. I don't really want to walk it if I don't have to. There it goes. Now, the only trick is my boots. They come up pretty high, but they're not high enough to walk through that. So we're going to load up right here, paddle another 50 yards, and then get out. Well, that was a rough paddle. Pretty much from where I put in to here has been mostly walking. But that right there in front of us is my cabin. So we're going to stop there for just a minute, look around, catch our breath, check on a few things after the storm, and then get back on the creek. Big sheets of ice. Tree branches are still full of snow. In the lower little sections, the ground is covered. Most of the snow is melted out of the trees now, but the yard at the cabin is definitely full. I'm going to get out and walk right up here. There goes a hawk. I don't know if y'all saw him. I have to walk right up here because it's low. Right here, as a matter of fact. Looks like a bunch of ice in the creek down there. All right, let's go check it out. So everything looks good up here. No calamity. Snow's beautiful. Starting to melt, but that's okay. It's gonna start cooling off really quick. Oh, check out this huge icicle. That's from that faucet I left dripping. The faucet froze up, but that's okay too. Might be kind of hard to start a fire tonight. Maybe we'll skip that. Although I'm gonna try to talk Hannah and Banks into coming over here and staying tonight. Solar panels look good. They're clean. See a lot of tracks, bird tracks. Where a bird came through. And then that's a dog. Not my dog, somebody else's dog. Hopped out through there looking for stuff to eat, foraging. Don't see any deer out there right now. Let's go inside. So I came here to the cabin, which you know has no central heat and air. And so I don't know if you can see that block of ice floating in the toilet. And I tried to flush it just to get water moving, and it appears the drain is also frozen, but it's slowly going down now. Maybe it's going to break it free, but there's no water coming in. I left them all dripping, but when it gets down to 12 degrees, it's just not enough, is it? All right, well, that was fun. So this is encouraging to see. I bought this bird feeder. I didn't think the birds had found it, but right underneath it there's all sorts of bird tracks, and there's a bunch of seed on the ground. So that tells me they have found it. That's good. I'm hoping I can get them to start coming to it regularly. So there's my kitchen window. I'd love to watch them through the kitchen window as I do whatever I'm doing in the kitchen. Lots of snow still here on the ground. You can tell by looking at these chairs, that's 6 or 8 inches of snow for sure. I had to reset the power at the cabin. It had been a couple of cloudy days and then snow laid over the top of the solar panels, and so it had run the batteries down to the point that they did like an emergency shut off. And so I just reset it and ran the generator a little bit, and everything's back up and clicking and running. Only problem now is that the pipes are frozen. They're PEX pipes, so they're not supposed to burst. If they do, I think they're warranted. But now we got to get it warm enough to thaw them out because there's no water here. Anyway, let's get back on the creek. So here's where we came from. I'm just so impressed. There's still 3 or 4 inches of snow here on the ground. And it's 4 o'clock or so. I mean, it'll be dark in an hour. The sun is close to setting. Isn't that beautiful? Another 15, 20 minutes, the sun will be behind those trees. And this snow will firm up tonight. And it'll be frozen solid here in a few hours. It's going to get down to 15 degrees tonight. God, I love this. It is just amazing to me. Thank you, Lord, for all you do for us. I want y'all to look down there. That's a big ice sheet. It is so beautiful. I'm looking forward to this next part of the trip. From here down, the creek is wide and slow and open, and from here up, it's still wide, but it narrows up pretty quick right up there. And I have basically walked the creek to this point, so I'm looking forward to actually paddling some. A big ice sheet right there. That's a big sandbar, but it's underwater right now. My friend Mark Richardson, he is the manager at Happy Hollow Outdoors in Red Bay, Alabama. If you live up that way, go by and give them a check out. You'll love their store. They got everything you could ever want, from hunting and fishing to kayaking and camping. But he sent me a little link to a website a little while ago. He knew I'd like it. It was about why the forest is so eerily quiet after a fresh snow. And so listen. It's absolute silence. I scanned through the website or the article, and part of what it said was all the animals bed down, especially when they're unaccustomed to snow. The birds are nested down. Everything is still. It's beautiful. Here's something I'm excited to see. Let's see if I can get you to see this. See those sticks in the water? They're all stripped clean of their bark. And only a beaver does that. If you look right there, there's another one. It's hard to tell in the snow, but I can tell that there is a intricate work of sticks and mud right there under the snow where a beaver's been working. And I am glad to see a beaver here, because I like that they back up the water because it helps with the duck population. Here's a good example of a beaver stick. He's just stripped it completely clean. If he remembers where he put it, he'll come back and get it and use it. Here's a little path where the animals are coming down out of the woods to drink water at the side of the creek. Maybe we'll see a deer as we go down. Not sure why the middle of the river has frozen up like that. It's curious to me. I guess maybe it's shallow there. It's certainly deeper where I'm at right here. This seems to be the main run of the channel. It's frozen on both sides. Still lots of snow back in here. The sun didn't find its way back in here. This is why I came. I wanted to see this. I wanted to see this. Snow on the left bank in large volume. Snow melted mostly on the right bank. That's because the sun is to the south. And so this is a north facing bank. Didn't get a lot of sun here. But the south facing bank got a lot of sun today. Well, here is something I did not anticipate. And that is that the whole creek is frozen from one side to the other. So I found myself in an interesting predicament. The creek is frozen. It's not real thick, but it is frozen. I'm gonna plow on through it and make a trail. But I wanted to tell y'all thanks for joining me. I might have to put the camera up because I'm fixing to have to work. And so where I'm going is right up there. Around that bend, there's a little cut to the left, and I'm gonna come out into a small little bay and paddle up a little bit more, and I'll be where I'm gonna take out. And so I just jumped a bunch of wood ducks. They were sitting up here in this hole. It was nice to see them. It's absolutely amazing out here. I hear a woodpecker over here. There's a songbird behind me. It's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna plow on ahead. See y'all. So I did just try to bust through that. The ice got too thick. I got stuck and I hit the ground over there. So I'm gonna back up. I see a little open water over here. I'm thinking maybe that's where the current's running. I'm gonna try to back up and go back through there. Got my very own icebreaker. Just plowing ahead, but I see sun up there. My fingers are frozen because they're wet. I'm in the shade, so I'm gonna try to get to that sun because I'm ready to get out of here. I just wanted to show you this. It's curious. There's a line across the ice. It's right there. I'm guessing I see where there's footprints right over there on the side of the bank. See if I can show them to you. Something crawled across the bank right here. Pretty interesting. In the meantime, the ice is getting thicker and thicker, and it's getting harder and harder for me to make ground. I'm fixing to have to bust it or turn around and go back. Well, I'm stopping. As you can see, the creek's frozen solid. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick right here, the ice is where I'm at. And I'm just tired of breaking it, so I'm gonna turn around and go back to the cabin. Hannah's gonna come pick me up. I was close. I was a half a mile maybe. It'll be good though. Good trip. Thanks for joining me. Gonna watch a beautiful sunset here in just a few minutes. And had a great day on the water. See y'all later. Here comes my rescue. I paddled back to the cabin. Hannah came to pick me up. She said, I'm not getting out. There she is. And there's Banks too. See if we can get Banks to wave.